equipment you can carry. It takes pictures. It'll archive them.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
if you can't remember, you can't
Learn
remember
how to do it, because
Just
I
take a
can
picture.
shake my phone and my camera comes up automatically.
Nice.
That's one of the features behind it. And then you can just, now I can start filming if...
He does that a lot to take selfies, by the way. Don't ask me why.
I just found out about this because I shook my phone
On
for
his
some reason.
Facebook, the folders allow you 1,200 pictures in each folder. He's got 30 folders. You do the math. Selfies. It's not even of his kids.
Wait, how do you know that?
He goes through, he deep dives in my
Really?
my Facebook.
That's good. Hey, Rick, you need some.
Watch, I will put
Do it
my
on your spare time.
my Facebook contact on this video, and you guys can check it out. How much crap this guy is full of. The point is, know
Use
what
your
it is that
phone.
you have in your hand.
Use it.
And use it. But if your mindset isn't even considering the idea that how helpful this could be beyond, oh wow, I'm gonna go viral with this video.
Time for a selfie. Let's go.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. That's horrible.
I want to be on that 37th folder first.
These guys.
Oh my god.
Crazy.
And this is a serious topic, folks.
Yeah, it is. It's supposed to be, right?
Folks, if you don't keep the perspective of keeping yourself smiling,
Yeah. True.
you gotta, because all the craziness that's going on in the world, if you keep that heavy in your heart like that,
You're gonna be paranoid as
you're going to become ugly person. And that's why we do what we do. You guys know us, this show.
Yeah.
For the last year, we've shown you how funny and goofy we are. But a lot of things.
Dion, are we funny and goofy off camera?
Yeah, all the time.
Is this us?
This is.
All the time, you guys are goofy.
Tell them. They don't believe us.
They're always playing around. But this is like a serious topic for sure. You
But-
know, so
Even though we're playing around, do you get the lessons that we give you?
yes. Absolutely, it's a mix between the two. Yes, we
keep
joke
it
and
light,
we have
right?
fun.
Yeah, we
but
keep it
yes,
lighthearted.
but you guys explain what the purpose is, like every time. Every time, they never miss
you
it.
obviously were able to fling me the other day.
Yeah, that was fun.
She's a
That was
bully.
really fun. No. Actually, Naeem's the bully.
I'm not a bully.
Oh,
I used one
Kids.
finger.
He's the
One
bully. He's the
finger.
bully. Yeah.
He used an elbow. I used a finger. Come
That's
on.
right.
He's the mastermind, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
So, folks, when you go to these schools, don't be afraid to ask questions. I think that's the other
yeah.
part of it. That you go to a seminar and you're just there to listen to the
Have fun.
ask, talk.
That too. That's
Pick
part
the
of
brains.
the habit that you need to build up. Speak up. I mean,
Yes.
don't be rude about it, of course. Be respectful. Definitely. The people are opening their doors to you. Definitely want to be respectful,
Ask,
but
but
definitely ask. Ask
Ask
questions.
a bunch of questions.
If you don't understand something,
Yeah.
the dumbest thing you can do is stay quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If something
That's
is
true.
going on,
Yeah.
like we said earlier, being quiet is probably going to be worse than saying
Yeah,
something.
it can kill you.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
definitely kill
Yeah.
you or hurt you.
Right, what you don't know, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
These sayings are sayings for a reason.
Right.
Let's explore why they're a reason and start.
So, why don't we do this?
Oh,
We're going to set up this table. We're going to move this thing out of the way. And we're going to do some actual physical things, some ideas to give you to ponder on. And then, and again, if you can't make the physical classes, here's some ideas that we're going to share with you on what to do when somebody either gets too close to you or somebody grabs you. Again, we're not telling you to sit there and beat the crap out of somebody, because that just makes you just as bad as the bad guys.
True.
We're going to teach you run and release stuff,
Yes.
where you can do just enough to get away from the attacker, or
Or to get an attacker away from somebody else.
right, to pull somebody off someone. That also is the other thing, right? Especially if you're with an elderly, you went to go get something, and now on your way back something's going on. You need to act fast.
Well, yeah, and the thing about it is that it may just be you, the victim, and the attacker. But if you see other people around, call 911, call 911, call 911 as you're running towards
Yeah.
helping
Yeah,
that person.
right.
Because again, it's
Yeah.
about the side. They just see somebody running, all of a sudden people are like, oh my God. You almost have to shock people out of their
Whatever they're doing,
routine
Yeah.
in order for them to realize, oh, I can do something about
Right.
it. And hopefully this video does that to you guys and just kind of shakes you a little bit.
In a CPR class, what do they tell you? They tell you specifically, You call 911.
Right.
You You get the defibrillator.
Who the hell are you to tell me?
Yeah.
I'll get the defibrillator because I want to.
That's what I want. But you got to sometimes be specific and be vocal to somebody.
And that's the thing is that the cooler heads are always going to prevail. And like I was saying earlier, part of maintaining a cool head is just learning how to breathe
And relax.
If nothing else, look up a few videos on YouTube on how to breathe properly, how to breathe deep from the diaphragm, how in a panic state when you don't know whether to breathe in or out, just breathe out as everything that you possibly can.
I guarantee you we lost some of the audience when we're talking about this because they don't realize how important this is.
Very.
Right?
Incredibly.
Break that down a little bit because...
So, and I'll tell you a story. One of my good friends, he's twice my age. He's in his 60s. And recently, somebody in a Safeway parking lot in San Francisco, he got into his car, they opened the passenger door, grabbed his bag. And it was such a shock, such out of the norm that it took him a while to realize, wow, I didn't really get a good look at the person, even though I saw them right in the face. I saw where their car went, but I don't remember the make, the model, the license plate. And the reason behind that is because in that panic, like we were talking about, that cortisol kicks in, you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Your brain essentially shuts down anything that isn't going to keep you alive.
Yeah, and here's a classic example of that. Have you ever, right? You're doing all your stuff in the morning because you're getting ready to go in the car to drive to work, right? You go out there and you get out to the car and you go, oh shoot, where's my keys? And you're freaking out because you don't know where you left them. What do? You start, you're doing all these things, looking in your bag. You check your bag 3 or 4 times. You do all these things. You look back at the door and whatever else.
Maybe it's in my back pocket that I checked 3 times.
But the moment you learn to relax, you relax. You go, okay, now where is that? And you start calming down.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. It's on the kitchen table where I left it when I grabbed my coffee. That happens more times than not.
Conversely,
and I guarantee it.
And this will show you the dynamic of the brain. You're trying to remember something. You're like, oh, it's at the tip of my tongue. It's at the tip of my tongue. And then your conversation moves on to something else. A day or 2 later, you're in the shower, you're relaxed, maybe it's Friday, and your week is done. And all of a sudden, it pops into your head, oh, I remember the name of this or the name of that or whatever the case may be.
And that's because you're in your most relaxed
Because you're in your most relaxed state. That's why people have the best ideas in the shower, because it relaxes the body, and that's what oxygen does. And oxygen deprivation happens more often than not in our panic because we don't know whether to breathe in or out. And if you can just bypass that mechanism, practice on how to breathe deep from the diaphragm, not the chest, but the diaphragm, and get all the oxygen in and breathe out, your brain is going to function a lot clearer, especially in those moments when you need it to.
See, now we got the audience back.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Perfect. Even Dion was surprised.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, okay, that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, because it's how my brain works.
So let's move this stuff out of here.
Yeah, let's reset.
Let's teach Dion how to beat you up.
Yeah, isn't that what we've been doing for the past
Yeah.
almost 2 years?
Yeah, but this time we're going to show her how to
Oh, for
gouge
real?
out eyes and stuff.
Come
So
on.
we'll be
No,
right
we're
back,
not gonna do that.
folks.
We'll be
Do
right
it.
back. Terrible setup.
All right, folks, we're back. So now this portion of the video is going to rely on a lot of what you should and shouldn't be doing, how to be aware of your surroundings, how to be aware of situations. And the way we like to give this part of the seminar is we start off as far as the distances. When you're still 25 feet away, when you get to 15 feet away, maybe now you're 5 feet away from your attacker or somebody's coming up on you.
Yeah, or they're away from you.
And how everything is and how things will change as you get closer and closer to what might be potential danger.
Right.
Now, you'll notice I said potential, because a lot of times somebody could just be walking by. You don't want to start doing anything to a poor guy who says, hey, I'm just walking through. Hey!
I thought.
He was close to
I
me.
thought he was gonna do that.
So you have to understand, the guy looks shady, then you got to be aware. So let's talk about that, right?
The information you pick up along the way becomes more important.
As you get closer, you'll start to see certain things. So from 25 feet away, let's pretend that Dion is watching us. Stay there.
You're away.
Yeah.
You're away.
So here it is. We're 25 feet away. We're saying, right? and Dion sees us, we have beers in our hands, and whatever. Now, 25 feet away, right? You know, is it like? But at that distance, for her, maybe she would be leery and say, "Whoa, wait a minute. These guys are getting drunk. They look like they're having beers or whatever. They're in front of 7-Eleven, right? So where you could get booze. Is that safe for her to just walk through that? You know, maybe not.
Statistically, probably not going to be in danger.
But already as a female, you're like, I wouldn't at all.
You wouldn't feel comfortable, would you?
No,
Right.
not at all.
Right.
But here's the thing. What if you're on your phone? Would you notice that 25 feet away?
Probably.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
think if you were just stuck on your
I
phone
would-
walking?
Well, if I'm looking at my phone, that's one thing. I
Right.
mean, you're not looking at your phone constantly. If you're walking, you're still looking up and down. Like
Ah.
that's, I don't know if that's
You do.
everybody, but I do.
And again, this is why we're bringing it up, because that's a valid point.
Yes.
A lot of people who walk around are doing this. I've seen people walk into water fountains because they're looking down at their phone. It's funny as hell.
Stories of people falling into manholes.
Yeah, manholes at one
They
thing.
should have put the thing on there.
Yeah, they're blaming the city.
Right,
Yeah.
right. How many people step and poop
Yeah.
just because
I know.
they're looking at something else?
Yeah. So these are the things that really do happen and always will occur. But again, the moment you recognize a situation that may or may not be dangerous, you got to think to yourself, do I want to take the chance and hope that everything is okay? Or do I cross the street, even though it takes an extra 3 minutes of my time, but I'll be safe.
Right, right.
And I'm not going to get hurt, and I don't have to deal with what may or may not become something.
Right.
Right.
Start the habit of seeing things at a distance.
At a distance, right?
Oh, look, that doesn't look right. I'm going to go this way.
Because again, it's being aware of your surroundings is what we're trying to get at. It's like, now you see something, oh, that looks kind of odd. Maybe I
Right.
don't want to go there.
And you're noticing the situation before it develops
Right.
into a situation.
Especially if you're new to the area.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You know, if you've never been in that part of town or in
Right.
that area that you're walking through, you don't know.
You don't know.
You know.
Not at
But
all.
what if you're way too comfortable because it is your area?
Yeah. Then you should even be more so
Right.
cognizant of what's
Because
going
then
on.
it's out of the norm.
Things that don't look normal in your
Yeah.
area. Oh, that's what we talked about earlier,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Oh, wait, I don't know those kids.
I don't recognize
in
that
this,
guy.
yeah. So again, being aware of your situation,
Right,
you know,
right,
of the
right.
surroundings, and you know, the other thing is that we bring up the phone idea because that is the new norm, isn't it?
It is the
You know,
great
people-
distractor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's why they say don't drive and be on your phone.
Right.
It's
yeah.
as bad as drunk driving.
It's just as bad, right? So these are the things that you've got to really be cognizant of when you're walking around town. And again, what we're doing here is not just for the elderly.
No.
We're talking to the people who actually walk with the elderly,
Right.
who are their caretakers, you know, their kids, their grandkids, anybody who would be with them at the time.
What if you're just a bystander 25 feet away watching an elderly walk
Yeah.
across a bunch of dudes drinking?
Yeah, maybe you might walk up and say, hey, Grandma,
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
is
you
not
need
safe.
help. Yeah.
Yeah, let
You
me
need
walk
someone to
across
walk
you.
with.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
folks, we
exactly.
gotta be helping
Yeah.
each other out. Stop just thinking, you know, that's
It's
not
not
my
my business.
problem. Yeah, I don't care, you know, whatever.
I got my own problems to deal with.
You know, if I ever did that and I walk past somebody and I hear them in the news that they got hurt because I didn't do anything,
Ooh.
You feel
Jesus,
bad about
I'd feel
it.
like
Yeah.
crap. You know, I mean, that's the worst thing. So now let's say
All right.
we're closer. We're 15 feet, right? What changed? Right? Maybe, you know, not just the distance, but now I can actually see what they're wearing at a
Oh.
closer look.
Yeah.
I can see the kind of shoes they have. I can see the shirt. I can see the hair. I can
Yeah.
see the facial hair.
Yeah.
You know, if I can
Earrings.
make this a normal
The
thing
ears are
that,
definitely
right?
they pop.
You,
Yeah.
you brought
Yeah.
that. Ooh,
Yeah.
earrings.
Yeah.
What? It's a guy, but yeah, he had
He's got-
something. Yeah, he's
yeah.
got
He had
one of
those
Yeah.
holes in
Yes.
his ears.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be huge.
And these are
Yeah.
the things that we
Yeah.
want you to start, you know, pounding this in your head that, oh, start scanning people from top to bottom or top.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
never do this, go all up and down. Start from a spot and work your way, either up or down. Don't ever go,
From your natural gaze.
yeah, just, oh. Usually you want to go from the face down. That's the norm.
Why the face though? That's an interesting detail.
So the reason why we always look at somebody's face is we want to see if they're cute. We want to see if they're attractive. We want.
Okay.
There's always that little thing about, you know, when I see a girl come in, first thing I look at is her face,
Yeah.
right? Because after that, I might not be interested, right? You know, all kidding around, but that is the thing, right? I mean, I'm a guy.
No comment.
I'll be honest.
No comment.
Where do you look?
That's just me.
No comment.
But
I fixed it.
all right, what's the first thing you see when the guy walks in the room?
The face.
Why? Because
That's not because he's cute. It has nothing to do with that. It's just a look at you.
That's the first thing
Yeah,
you
if
would
he's
notice.
cute,
Yeah.
it's a bonus.
But you know what I'm picking up on her?
Uh-huh.
She has a lot of confidence. I mean, look at her standing.
Straight up. Yeah.
She's straight up. Her
Yeah.
chin is parallel to the ground. She's
Yeah.
not looking down. She's not hunched over.
Right.
Confident people will look you in the eyes.
Right.
First and foremost. Non-confident
And that's
people
what-
will notice your shoes first.
Yes.
Interesting. I didn't.
Yeah,
I
because
didn't
you're
know about
looking
that.
down already. Now, and that brings up another point that we haven't talked about is that when you're walking around, you
I
might,
can see her too.
you know, you're clutching your bag and you're afraid. So what do? You hunch. Oh my God! I'm in a. Oh, you know, this screams target.
Easy target.
Easy target, because she's afraid. She's not going to look to you now. She's not going to remember what I look like, because she's not even looking up. You know, all the things that you don't want to be doing.
Right.
You know, when you walk around, you need to walk around like Naeem says, head cup, because now you look like you're going to be a problem.
Yeah. that's
Conversely,
true.
you don't
Yeah,
want to
I
walk
like
around
that.
like this,
Even.
like you're trying to start a problem.
And with mine, it's like,
Small details, but they make a huge difference in the way
Yeah.
that you are perceived, because the other part of that is that at 10 feet, you can see them, but they can definitely see you too.
right. You know, and again, most attackers, if they think you can stand up to them,
Oh yeah.
because they're like bullies or
Opportunities,
predators.
yeah.
Opportunity says, oh, she doesn't look like she's going to put up a fight. I'm going to
I'm
punch
gonna
this
go
in.
grab her.
And again, that's why they're
Yeah.
attacking the elderly. They realize they're not going to put up a fight.
So we need to,
So
not
we
to
need
stress the emphasis.
So when
of
you're
the
walking with somebody who you know, then walk tall. Hey,
Okay.
come on, you know,
Yeah.
be confident when you walk around. That's the biggest things that I can tell you where you don't even have to get physical.
Yeah, we're still 10, 15 feet away.
Right. You know. Now, as you get closer, 5 feet away, what changed? Oh, we're in earshot of each other.
Yeah.
And you feel, hey, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning.
You know,
Yeah.
and look them in the eyes as you're doing it, because what happens? Now they're like, oh shit, she's looking right at me. I've just exposed
what he
myself.
looks like.
I know
Yeah.
what's going on,
Uh-huh.
and they're afraid now.
You know all these like custom masks that people have now?
Yeah.
That's a nice mask. I'll remember it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know, all these little things, like you said, are the important things that you don't think about, but once
No.
it's brought out, you're like, you know, I'm going to remember that.
Yeah.
You know, wow, he's right. We do stare at a certain spot when we first see somebody. We do keep track of blah, blah, blah. We start to realize, oh, I need to do this regularly.
Right.
And again, everything that we talk about needs to be practiced.
Yes.
Yeah.
All these
definitely.
things don't work
Unless you practice them.
You brought up a good point about the mask, because now everybody does have masks on. How do you identify the person? You know what I mean? That's going to be hard. I think
Well,
that's really
again-
Believe it
hard.
or not, it's not. I walked into a room and people knew me. They say, "Hey, you're
Without
a bladed
his mask,
mine." You're
yeah.
gonna call it. And I had my mask on.
Have they seen you before? Like, have they seen you?
I'm sure they have, but
On video.
on video,
But they
without his
recognize
mask.
you
With the mask on, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
they knew.
Okay.
Hey, aren't
Okay.
you Rico from the Kali Conversation? Or hey, you're with Bladed Mind. I'm
And,
like,
and the only way that I could explain that is that it became such a habit to notice his features that even when most of them were covered,
yeah,
they
you can
still noticed enough of it.
Yeah,
to
your
recognize
brain
him.
fills in the gaps.
Got
They
it.
will.
Okay,
They will.
okay.
And see, and that's what he's saying. If this becomes a habit, even if they have a mask, you're still recognizing key points and elements that a
Okay.
police officer would want to know afterwards.
It might be enough. to be
Right,
able to
because again,
identify.
I may not be able to see the rest of your face, but
Yeah.
come
Medium
on, the
build.
shirt,
Yeah,
blah, blah,
yeah.
blah.
you have
The
whatever
leopard skin pants. Leopard
I'm
pants.
embarrassed by that.
colorful,
I don't know what I would
all
call
that
it. I don't know what I would call it.
African.
African print.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
African
Okay.
print. I knew that. I know leopards are from Africa. Got it.
Just make it feel
Origin as
better.
a cheetah.
I'm trying to help.
You're helping a little.
All right,
No, you're not.
so now we're really getting close, aren't we?
Now we're here.
Yeah,
Now we're
yeah.
5 feet. Now it doesn't take much for me to approach.
Right. And here's where we get to the physical stuff, right? I mean, let's think about this. And we told Dion a few things
The other Naeem.
to be aware of certain things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Naeem walk right into her or right up to her, and let's see how she's going to walk. Go ahead.
Should we preface that We've already did the verbal hi and acknowledge.
Yeah. Again, we said that, right? Hey,
Right.
how you doing? Hey, whatever. If you don't acknowledge them to them, then maybe I can get away with something. But the moment you say, hey, good morning, their brain changes
It's
them.
like, oh, they noticed me. They
Yeah,
saw me.
not even just that, but
Huh.
out of the norm on your day-to-day life.